The Ryazan Oil Refinery, one of the 4 largest enterprises in the industry in Russia, was forced to suspend operations at one of its main facilities after a Ukrainian drone strike. This was reported by Reuters, citing 2 sources in the oil industry. The attack occurred last Wednesday, October 22, after which a fire broke out at the facility. According to sources, the primary oil refining unit, which accounted for about a quarter of the plant's total capacity, was urgently shut down. Its capacity was 4 million tons of oil per year, equivalent to 80,000 barrels per day. The Ukrainian General Staff confirmed that its defense forces struck the Ryazan Oil Refinery. Kiev notes that the strikes on Russian energy infrastructure are intended to increase pressure on Moscow, which is disrupting peace talks. The attack also forced several neighboring units to shut down. One source specified that these included the reformer, vacuum gas oil hydrotreating, and catalytic cracking. Despite the damage, the refinery continues to process oil, but at significantly lower volumes than before. The Ryazan Oil Refinery is owned by Rosneft, which declined to comment. As of 2024, the refinery had processed 13.1 million tons of oil, producing 2.3 million tons of gasoline, 3.4 million tons of diesel fuel, and 4.2 million tons of fuel oil. Russian authorities previously acknowledged that attacks on fuel infrastructure were one of the causes of fuel shortages in several Russian regions, as well as in the occupied territories. Following the current attack, experts predict further difficulties in supplying the market with petroleum products. Earlier, a drone strike on the Novokuybyshevsk oil refinery in the Samara region resulted in a complete shutdown of oil refining. The attack occurred on the night of October 19. The damage was so severe that the refinery was forced to completely shut down primary oil refining. The resulting fire disabled 2 units, the AVT-11, designed for processing 18,900 tons per day, and the smaller AVT-9, with a capacity of 4,700 tons per day. The Novokuybyshevsk oil refinery is part of the Rosneft group of companies in the Samara region and has a processing capacity of approximately 8.3 million tons of crude oil per year. In 2023, the refinery produced over 1 million tons of gasoline and approximately 1.5 million tons of diesel fuel. According to sources, the company will not be able to resume production until early November, if the consequences of the fire and damage to equipment can be eliminated. Earlier, the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine confirmed the strike on this Russian refinery. At the time, Ukrainian military reported a massive fire and damage to the primary oil refining unit. It was noted that the refinery was involved in supplying the Russian occupation army. Video footage has been released in Russian social media platforms, showing Russia's missile strike on a residential neighborhood in Ukraine's southern Kherson region today. The strike launched with salvo rocket, killed 2 people, and injured 22 others, including children. Local authorities reported that the strikes took place at 7:30 a.m. local time, damaging residential buildings and private houses. The regional administration published video showing a 9-story building and several houses around it with windows shattered and debris lying all around. Ukraine's Air Force reported intercepting and jamming 72 out of 128 strike and decoy drones fired at Ukraine overnight. They also said 47 drones reached their targets.
Хуярят. по-страшному. Вот такое у нас утро. Ёбаные ишаки. Шуменский вагнер. Хуярят по-страшному. Вот такое у нас утро. Ёбаные ишаки. Шуменский вагнер.